few days ago. I shared on Instagram this basket, and I'm getting ready to share with you what we're doing with it. And it's actually nothing new at all. Okay, first I want to say it is a basket, and it is the first thing. If you look off to the right, that's the corner of the room. When the kids come down the stairs and into the room, it's the first thing they are greeted with. So it's like an entry ticket to the classroom. Okay, so when you have children that wake up early and you're not quite ready to get started, this is pretty much a great thing, to a great resource to incorporate into the morning, because it gets their brain going, and you don't want them to have to, I don't know, just to come in and just start working, right away. It's like waking up. A lot of us can't get up without coffee. You have to get the brain going. You have to read something, whatever. But it just wakes your brain up. So this is what they do, okay? And this is actually yesterday's, last week's, because it's Saturday. So I need to go through and clear it. But you will see in a few minutes how I use this. And like I said, I've seen many moms use morning work, and it's awesome. It is awesome. So green basket, and what they do is, like I said, it's an entry and also an exit to move to the next thing, which is handwriting. So if I don't see their morning work go back in the basket, and if they're doing something they shouldn't be, and I don't see this in the basket, then we have a problem. So they're being held accountable because they have to put it back in here within a timely manner. So, and what happens is, you see it's one page. I will share that, kind of share a little more in a few minutes, but they only get 10 minutes, and it really doesn't take 10 minutes, but they only get 10 minutes to do this. So here before me on the table is Massiveness, and I have prepped out pretty much through December. Okay, yes, it's a lot. When you have a lot of kids, it's going to be a lot. Okay, but Sanity Saver, and August is kind of thin because we're into August, but there's December there. All right, morning work. What morning work is, you want to cover, like I said, they get 10 minutes. It's one page a day. Okay, they get 10 minutes. It should not take them 10 minutes, but you want the pages to start out fairly like a review in the beginning of the year. You want them to cover different concepts, not just a page of math. Okay, I don't suggest, let me say this, I don't suggest just getting a workbook and using a workbook, because usually it's just one concept on a page, and that kind of defeats the purpose. That's not how I use them. I shared the Dollar Tree reproducibles recently. Those would not work either, because they're covered in the same thing, and they just did not work. But what you want here, you see, you get addition here, you get counting, you get what comes after, you get rhyming, you get phonics, and you get sentence writing. Okay, so you want multiple concepts on one page. In, out, they're done. This sheet, she split up, it's Monday through Friday. These are Evan Moore, and I like these. I mean, awesome, because of course she cut them in half, and it's like, oh, I only have this little bit, the illusion. They get excited because it's not a whole page. Okay, now these, when I do split these up, it is 2 pages per day, because it's math and language arts, but they're half sheets, so it doesn't look like it's a whole lot. It's not a whole lot. It's 5 and 5. Okay, so that's another, if you have these, use them as morning work. They are awesome. Okay, back to this. Teachers Pay Teachers. Okay, I'm also going to share another resource, but Teachers Pay Teachers is the spot. There are tons of free samples, and the samples are all you need. Type in morning work, type in your grade, hit that free button, and you have morning work for days, years, months. Seriously. Okay, and like I said, you want to they're pretty good because they're teachers and they're knowledgeable. They're trying to cover on one page different concepts, so they're pretty good. You have to look at them though, but most of them are pretty well designed. So here we have Team Kaneki, and what am I looking at? These are all second grade. Second grade is on top. So that's what that is. And like I said, they get harder. A lot of times you will find on Teachers Bay Teachers, they will share morning work from the beginning of the year, and then you'll find a end of the year packet or middle of the year packet. Awesome, because the concepts get harder and they will have mastered things. So you want a progression, you know, if you can. Here's a spiral review that is coming up for them. This is for September, and what I do is, yes, I go through, I print them out, and then I go through and order them how I want them done. This just, you know, everything's stapled, everybody has their, you know, pages, and it works, because if they're not labeled, I will forget who does what, and that then becomes a mess. So I have all the weeks broken down. And it also helps if you find, you know, you have 5 weeks in 1 month, you only find 4. If you have them labeled, you know, okay, I need to go back and find 1 more week. If you find something you're like, oh, I like that, stick it in that 1 week that you were missing. And there you go. So, yeah. So now we're back to these Evermores. This is the daily language review, Evermore. That's what I'm talking about. I have the PDF, so that's what I use. So, and like I said, some of this is kind of a review. It's just to get their brain going, not anything to make them stress. It's not something that you should have to help them with. It's something that they should just know, but just to get them going, okay? Get in school mode. That's what it's for. We got some mental math here, some synonyms, time. You know, go cook, you know, do breakfast or whatever you have to do while they're doing this. Is to give you extra time and to get them, you know, in mode for school. Now these are first grade. I have my 3 and my 5-year-old first grade morning work. And so that's what this is. And I would have to look up who this is from, if anybody's interested, because it's not on here. So you would have to leave me a comment. But this is some August, and I just like the little, you know, some, like I said, these are concepts that they know, but just a refresher. And the handwriting, that's really what I'm looking at, handwriting. Okay, so there's an August one. Here's a September one, and we actually used this one last year, and I just brought it back in because it was fun. And so sometimes you'll find an entire month. This one is actually, it's pretty big. So it's a pretty big file. I think there was like 27 pages to this, so I was able to break it up into, I think, 5 weeks. So, and you get your lines, things like that. And it's, like I said, it's just a couple of things on a page. It's not anything overwhelming. And then we have, this is October, November. They're writing their name, they're writing the date. So something different. Over here, they were just writing letters. Frames. Again, all things that they already know. Skill sharpeners. We're working on vowels. And this one, it's kinder time. This is a month and then some. This packet was so huge, and I'm pretty sure it was 1 packet. No, it's huge because it's 2 kids. Like I said, the 3-year-old and she's progressed beyond kindergarten, and the 6-year-old or 5-year-old do the same, and then the other 2, the 6-year-olds do the same. So it's pretty easy for me to go through and make 2 copies of each. And handwriting, a lot of handwriting. This is why I don't use dry erase. You don't want this to be dry erase. So, but yeah, this goes, you got numbers 30. There's your coloring and your handwriting and your vowel sounds. So I really enjoyed this packet. And then they're progressing to writing something about this picture towards the end. So this is actually for October and November. And then I have December I need to finish. I printed for one and not the other. But number line, lowercase match. And you know, December we kind of take it easy and realign things, because usually they have progressed, you know, tremendously grade level wise. Yeah, I had to put the 3-year-old, pretty much move her because she was bored. She had been doing kindergarten work. When you have older siblings and you tend to sit in on things, yeah, she picks up a lot, and she was bored. It was basically color this and circle that, and she didn't want to do that. She likes to write. She likes to, you know, this is matching. How many? I mean, there's a little bit of that, but this is a little more advanced for her. Not every 3-year-old can do this. You know, you may want to do kindergarten or preschool. You can find preschool morning work. Go back to this, you know, correct the sentences, something we do already. Find the word that is spelled correctly, so you get your spelling in these, and you know, a little bit of comprehension, you know. So like I said, this just makes sure you kind of hit, you know, some key targets, and they enjoy it. And yeah, this is the first thing they come to, and they looked. Saturday somebody was already looking in the basket for you know, some work. And we do school on Saturday. I just had not put anything in there. We're doing something different today. So yeah, and sometimes, you know, you typically don't want them to do the whole packet in one day, but sometimes my little ones especially will do the whole packet in one day, you know. And you really don't want that, because then they may not want to do anything else. But if they do, I always have more, so it's not like I'm going to run out of resources. But let me know if you use morning work, and how you use it. Like I said, I take advantage of Teachers Pay Teachers and all of the free samples. And it's not to say that I won't purchase any morning work, because there are some nice things that I am moving towards purchasing. But this is just showing you, you know, an option to morning work. So let me know. And continue to watch, because I'm going to share another, the other resource to finding. So keep watching, and I will see you all in the comments. Don't forget to thumbs up. Let me know that this was helpful. And yeah. Morning work. Alright, here I am on Pinterest. I have shared, if you type in Mocha Mommy 7, you will pull up my Pinterest boards that I share with you all, and I encourage you to go ahead and follow, because a lot of the ideas and things that I share come from here as well. If it's something that I put together or something I bought, usually it's something comparable here. I also share the books here, so I do come in quite regularly and update the boards. So follow. Here is what you do. You type in morning work. You want your grade. A lot of times you will be led to a a Teachers Pay Teachers store, and that's fine. You'll also probably be led to their personal website. But here is one that I used and you saw. So I'm just going to go ahead and save it just for reference sake in case somebody forgets or what have you. But once you get to their, let's see, I'm going to put it under pre-K too. Once you get to their Teachers Pay Teachers store, you want to go ahead and check and see. Let me show you. This is third quarter. So a lot of times they will share the freebies. You will get a beginning of the year and an end of the year sample. That's all you need. You just need a week's worth of whatever, and you don't really have to pay for these things. So, and you see it's math and literacy, and that's what you want. You want a mixture of things. And so here's her site, and she has some nice things I've shown you by now at this point. But you basically just click on the whatever, and it'll take you to her store. You know, after you select the download, or you can just download it directly like I'm showing you here. And there you go. So that is how that does. Yeah, there's her link, and once you get there, you just type in morning work and hit the free button. You'll pull up all the free ones. Like I said, usually it's enough because everybody shares morning work. There's enough to get you through a year. If I'm already 6 months out, or I'm saying 6 months out, I had 6 months out, but if I'm already to December and counting, there's plenty. There is plenty. So you just kind of have to pick and choose what you want. And here's a couple more, and this is also, let's see, that's third quarter. Here's our first quarter I just showed you. So, and I have already, the kids are doing these. So, but basically type in your grade and you'll get what you want. I have hers. So yeah, I encourage you to follow along. And this is what I've showed you. So I'm not pinning every one I showed you, but just to give you, you know, a general idea, I do pin things on here, and that's pretty much why. You know, so those of you that are following, you can get those resources that you want. And yeah, morning work is completely different from you know, a morning binder or, you know, anything like that. Like I said, we switched out morning work from the binders to the basket. So we've always done it, just it's different now, and it works a little more effective and efficiently, and I have come to find, you know, what actually works. Like I said, to target the concepts, you want to hit multiple concepts, not just one. So go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and let me know that this was helpful. That way I can continue to share videos and resources like this, because if I don't see the feedback back in comments, I'm not really sure if this is something that is helpful. So, I will see you all in the comments. Bye.